Hey guys, WJ Hunkla here, and today we are going to be taking a look at my 2000 Dodge Intrepid ES. My grandfather originally gave me this car. He bought it brand new back in 2000. And so today what we're going to be doing for you guys is we're going to be doing an in-depth review. Going under the hood, talk about some of the performance data, get an exhaust clip, as well as show you some of the unique features on the exterior as well as interior. So, without further ado, let's go ahead, start her up, and let her run. Obviously, back in 2000, this doesn't have remote start, and it doesn't have aftermarket remote start because I'm cheap, and I don't drive this car in the winter. So if you guys give me just a minute, we'll go ahead, jump on inside, pop the hood, and we'll take a look under the hood. Give me just a minute. Alright, you guys, as you can tell, this car only has 79,563 original miles on it. And yes, it is 17 years old. So, unfortunately, the driver's power window doesn't work, so I'm going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and pop the hood and talk about some of the performance data. Okay, so back in 2000, you had 3 engine options for these cars. You had the 2.7 liter V6 engine, which were known for the water pump failing and causing water to go into the engine oil. You had this engine, 3.2 24 valve aluminum block dual overhead cam V6, making 225 horsepower and 225 foot-pounds of torque. And then if you got the RT version, which with this car is very hard to find, you had the big 3.5 liter. And I don't remember exactly how much torque or power that engine makes. But this is the midline level engine, 3.2 liter. Dodge had all they could do to cram this thing into this car. But it makes more than enough, gets great gas mileage. And this car even has the original factory block and battery heater. I haven't really had to do much to this car other than put a new battery in it and do brakes and standard oil changes. But that gives you guys a little look under the hood. Now if you guys give me a minute, we're going to go ahead. Actually, one other thing I wanted to talk about. Chrysler does actually use this new they have a new version of this engine, the 3.2 liter, and they use it in the Jeep Cherokee. I wish they would use it in some other aspects like the Patriot, the Compass, the Renegade. And I wish Dodge would really bring back a mid-sized car like this. It's really needed in their lineup right now to go along with the Chrysler 200. But, you know, it is what it is. So let's go ahead and take a look at the exterior. This car is one of my favorite body styles, even though this car was only run for a couple of years. This is the second generation. The first generation was run from 94 to 97. No, 98. Yeah, 98. And then this body style came out in 99, and they ran it till 2000. 2004, sorry. This car is a 2000, so it's in between. The color is Inferno Red with the 16-inch cast aluminum wheels, wrapped in a Goodyear Viva 3 all-season tire. It is a 225 60R16. It does have the original factory mud flaps, as well as in the back you guys saw earlier. It has the spoiler in the back, which my grandfather had added. Standard projector beam headlamps, as well as the factory fogs. And it's just a gorgeous looking car all the way around. So if you guys give me just 1 minute, we'll go ahead and get an exhaust clip for you guys. Alright, what a great sounding exhaust. By the way, other than the tires, brakes, and battery, this car is completely, utterly stock. No modifications have been done. Alright, so let's go ahead, take a look at the interior. This thing has the jet black leather interior, which you guys can tell is in just a gorgeous shape. So down here, we have our power mirrors, our power windows, and our power locks are up here. Down here, both the passenger and driver is 8-way power, which is nice. Here we have our light controls, no automatics, and we do have the factory fog lamps, just pull out to activate. And then we have our interior light controls. Hopping into our Intrepid. No lights on other than the brake light over there because we are on a slanted slope. This thing is just gorgeous. I love it. I only drive this car in the summer for that particular reason. Alright, up here, this car does not have the factory sunroof. But we do have the home-lit ground system, as well as our temperature and compass display, as well as our distance to empty, our instant fuel economy, our trip odometer, which is also located in the dash. We'll show you guys that in a minute. And this also has the time the ignition has been running, as well as our average fuel economy, which is 25.1. This also, like I mentioned, has the garage door link, your reset button, and you can switch between Celsius and Fahrenheit. Like I mentioned, it does have the trip computer built in over here as well, which is kind of nice. Got our vents, got my phone holder here. Down here, this car does have the single zone automatic temperature control, which is kind of nice to have. Push button for your temp. You have your recirculation, AC, as well as your different zones, and you have front and rear defrost, as well as our fan speed over here. Down here, this is our stereo system, which I can't really figure out why there's no volume at the minute, but it does have an awesome sounding six speaker Infinio surround sound with subwoofer and amp. It is a cassette as well as the factory 4CD changer. Down here we have our ashtray as well as a 12-volt power outlet. This car does have the Chrysler 4-speed automatic transmission with overdrive, as well as auto stick feature, which is kind of slick. Cup holders, center storage for all our wonderful nooks and crannies. Just wonderful shape. The dash is soft touch material, which some new cars don't even have. Now we're gonna go ahead and check out our back seat. Oh, I also forgot to mention this does have the track off, which means you can turn the traction control off with a push button on the dash. All right. Full leather interior throughout. Very easy to seat 3 adults back here. You got your vents over here for the rear passengers. Excuse my junk. Right here you got a pull-out cup holder. Move our new floor mats. No, most of these cars had cloth interior, very few had leather. But when most people associate leather, they don't think of the 60-40 split rear seat, which this car has, which I love. I put it to use many times. I'll go ahead and open up the trunk for you guys in a minute. It is a pretty big trunk. Over here, you got a little ashtray, which is included in the smoker's package, and your lock controls. Now, both sides of the car have this on the back seat. You have your little oh shit handle, our hook, and it does have a light control here in the back. Both people on the outside by the doors have this control. Very nice. Alright, so now let's go ahead and pop our trunk open. Button is down here and located in between the parking brake lace and the light controls. As you guys can see here, I got crap in here. But this trunk is 19.5 cubic feet. I don't exactly know how much the Charger is today, but it is a pretty big trunk. We also have the factory cargo net, which is nice. It will hold plenty of suitcases, as well as a cooler and a bunch of junk. Just gorgeous. I love this paint. Alright guys, so now, like I mentioned, he did have the spoiler and the mud flaps added after he bought the car. So now, if you guys give me just 1 minute, we're going to go ahead and take this thing for a quick test drive. Just to show you guys how nice riding this car is. Give me just a second. Okay guys, now we're going to go ahead and take this thing for a quick little test drive. Excuse my GPS mount there you guys see on the dash. Now, during the time this car was made, Chrysler was partnered with Mercedes, which makes me think the reason this car rides so nice is because I think it has Mercedes-Benz influenced suspension. This car is so nice for road trips, it is unbelievable. I've taken this thing on so many road trips. Alright, let's head on down our road here and back to the neighborhood like we did with the Yukon. This thing is just so nice and gets such good gas mileage. I love this thing to death. I'm so glad Gramps gave it to me. Alright, coming up to 581 here. Go ahead and cross 581 and we'll go into the Twin Pines neighborhood. Now, I do wish that transmission had at least another gear. That would make this thing much nicer. But it works. It gets such incredibly good gas mileage and rides so nice and seats 5 people so comfortably. Would take a nice long road trip. Now, I do not plan to do anything to this car other than maintain it. This thing is just my beautiful summer driver and I plan to keep it that way. This car is completely rust-free. It has never seen a lick of salt in its lifetime and never will. low in here for you guys. Plenty of get up and go with that 3.2 liter V6. So much nicer. I think the reason that everybody hated these cars is because they bought the base model, which I'm always against. To me, if you're going to spend the big amount of money that these vehicles cost today, go ahead, do yourself a favor. Get yourself at least a step up from the base model. Do it. I promise you, you will be so happy. If people would have stepped up and bought this ES model with that 3.2 liter, I guarantee you Dodge would be still making this car today. Alright guys, we're gonna head back up to the house here and we'll wrap this up for you guys. I drive this thing back and forth to work and take it on a trip now and again. That's about it. That's why it's so low miles. When I first got this car from Grandpa, it only had 58,000 miles on it. Shows you how clean and low miles it is. Alright guys, we're going to make our way back up to the road here. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Please smash the hell out of that like button. Leave a comment if you so desire. And please subscribe, it helps the channel out so much. Until the next video guys, stay classy, much love, have a good day.